Darthy's favorite matches, celebrity matches.
Yeah.
We haven't done one of these in a while.
Well,
Or been what? It Kids?
or the party boat one.
Oh, yeah. Usually they dumb the questions down for the competitors, but this may be horror themed.
Yeah, so we're on the terrible.
So, man, I love your case. That
Nice.
is a sweet case. We need to show the crowd that. Look at that beautiful, beautiful case. You're going to have to zoom in, but... anyways, let's do it, I guess. If this is horror, we're going to both do horrible, but anything's better than that Intergeekdom whoop down I just got.
If this is posted...
Alright.
You never know.
Shambles, I miss doing Collider Nightmares. I hope you're doing okay. You know, speaking of nightmares, the real nightmare is that some people consider you to be a horror expert. I'll have you know, I am a horror expert.
Well, I'm glad you think you're a horror expert. I've done the show Nightmares. I don't know if you heard about it.
You've done a show Nightmares. Presumably you know about horror movies. How many of the Howling sequels have you seen?
Probably all of them. Maybe the marsupial.
We've already seen this.
Well, all right, fine. How many of the
It's
horrors
part
are
of the promo, though.
Yeah.
Only the good ones.
So the first two, then?
Yes.
Not the previous...
I watched
the preceding
I
seven.
watched up to the fourth one. I have a guilty pleasure.
Ah, I see. Well, I see you have a little bit of horror expertise, but I'll have you know that...
Put it in your mouth. You can be Jeff Snyder.
Say something too off the cuff here, but I'm also an Evil Dead expert.
Uh-huh. If you're an Evil Dead expert, you would know the name of the tie-in puppet toy for Ash vs. the Evil Dead.
Would you be talking about Ashy Slashy?
Well, I would.
Well, how about Evil Dead, the second film? What was the subtitle?
Dead by Dawn.
Right.
Well, you guys seem very knowledgeable
It's that guy!
of
Still
Evil
know
Dead,
this.
lore, history. Do you need a little help? I'm here to help. I'm gonna team you guys with some real experts from Ash versus Evil Dead.
Wait for that last
If you know about Evil Dead, you'll know what that is. That's a show. Soon to be in its third
The
season.
greatest candy of all time.
Ash versus Evil Dead.
Awesome.
Only on Stars.
BB mode.
$2.25.
Nice.
You gotta download the Stars app though. Okay.
Okay.
But guys,
Occupy
I'm
my
gonna pair
heart.
you with two people from our show. Ray Santiago, Dana DiLorenzo, right now.
Let's do it.
Awesome.
Finally. Ooh, gold.
Go!
And blood. Gold and blood. I'm not on Team Schmoedown. I'm on the other team.
Where's Harlow?
Schmoedown, alongside Schmoedown legend Mark Yodi Riley, I am Mark Ellis. It is Bruce Campbell's world. We just own property in it, Riley.
That's right, Mr. Ellis. I haven't been this excited since I last snuck into Evil Dead 2 when I was just 10 years old.
I was not that old when that movie came out, but we are here to celebrate all things
Never
Ash
seen it.
versus Evil Dead in this very special episode of the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Celebrity Edition. Now, this all started when John Schnepp and Whitney Seibold were going at it, trying to figure out who the best horror fan of them
Actually,
was.
really started
And
when
who
they
emerges from
emailed,
the
"Hey, you wanna be on
famous
Schmoedown?"
None other than Ash himself, Mr. B. Campbell.
Oh, that was exciting. I love the two
No,
people
that was stage
posturing
show.
who's the better
That was
horror
real
movie lover.
live
I'm sitting
events
right
right
here
there.
at the
How'd that
desk
guy get
before,
in?
but
I don't know.
Bruce
You
Campbell
walk
came
in.
in. I haven't been this excited. I think ever.
It was nice of him to make a cameo in the studio, and then lo and behold, he takes it up a notch as he's
Yeah.
known to do, and he challenges them, and he says, we got to settle this in the
Yeah.
Schmoedown ring, but not just John Schnepp versus Whitney Seibold. Oh, no.
Oh,
This
no.
is going to be
It's
John
gonna be all
Schnepp, Whitney
horror.
Seibold. We're also going to have competing here today from Ash versus Evil Dead. Dana DiLorenzo and Ray Santiago are joining us live in studio. That's going to be exciting, too. So you have this matchup now, and it's going to be a team match. It's going to be the team rules, Mark Riley. How do you see this match playing out?
Well,
Right,
that's
they
going to be a
still
good
not saying all
question.
horror.
Both Schnepp and Seibold
Absolutely
are
horror.
horror lovers. How do Ray and Dana match up with their own horror skills? That's going to be
It's
the
all horror.
question.
Wow.
Well,
Since they are a part
the
of
final
the
score is gonna be like
Ash Versus
2 to
Evil Dead, give them
Well, it's not our job to have questions, only answers, and I can answer this
More
one
movies.
right now very easily. So February 25th is when
Very many
season
good ones.
3 of Ash
I was
versus
discussing
the
it at
Evil
work,
drops
yeah,
on
the other
Star.
night
Be sure
where
you
I was
check
like,
out, ladies and gentlemen.
Michael Myers is the one
to
with,
help us introduce
that's Halloween, right?
and take on this
Yeah?
very
Okay, I was good at
special
that,
event is none other than the star of Ash versus Evil Dead, Ash himself, the legendary
Well, Freddy Krueger's
Mr.
our Nightmare on Elm
Bruce
Street.
Yeah.
Campbell! Here comes Mr. Campbell with the Schmoedown belt.
How did he get that?
Rocking the Schmoedown belt. Bruce Campbell seems like he's no stranger to this format. Bruce Campbell, so excited to have you here in studio announcing this great match with us. Ash vs. Evil Dead Season 3. Did you think you'd get this far, sir?
No. Well, we're glad you did get this far.
Answer.
I know.
This whole thing started and it's on Stars and you can catch it, like I said, February
rather
25th
watch
is
it. He likes
Season 3. What is it about this show that keeps you coming back to this character after all these years?
No.
Good.
Short but to the point.
Ash is you. And you.
Yeah.
And you. And you. He's the average man, the average guy out there. He's got to save the world. So we are hoping that will
With a
engender a
chainsaw
certain
and a
amount of
boomstick.
sympathy. And to play
He
the
goes to
guy
Rome.
who's not from another planet, who doesn't put on spandex, he's just a regular guy. I like that as a hero because he's.
You know who
If
directed
Ash
Evil,
pulls it off,
Evil
he's a
Dead
real
trilogy?
freaking hero.
Sam Raimi.
He doesn't
Wow,
have
good job.
Woo! Hope that's a question.
Program my spaceship. Boop, 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 boop. Take me home, Chewie.
You just Chris that Star Wars.
There's none of
Go
that.
fuck
There's no use
yourself.
of force, Ash. There's like good luck, Ash. So we're gonna find out Ash's limitations this season,
Ash's
which are many. But
limitations
we're gonna
this
find out how, that he might not make it.
Ash might not make it.
No,
Is that what you're saying?
he's mortal.
He's mortal.
Yeah,
But he's got a boomstick and he's got a chainsaw.
doesn't make him a superhero.
That's very
No,
true.
it doesn't. I mean, that's the thing about the show is that you do feel like you're a regular guy. And obviously, I don't think that I would enter into any of
Quit
these
pretending like
circumstances
you
that
want
you
to
guys
show
seem to
like that.
tackle on the show.
Ash
but-
didn't want to.
He gave a quick
Ash was
rundown.
very- That's the thing. It's that you seem to embrace this so well as Bruce Campbell. I mean, you're here in studio.
I can
That's
barely
the
keep
thing.
on
You
liking
seem to love
these
talking
schedule
about
of
the
it.
show much more so
Wow,
than
yeah,
Ash
yeah.
does relishing his missions that he has to go on.
I'm in a lot of debt, and get picked up. I'm going to actually be competing for real.
That's why you got the belt. That's probably going to be seen at a pawn shop later on this afternoon, Mark Raddick.
Well, you know, it is what got me into the film business. This ridiculous series called Evil Dead,
Oh, yeah.
and it's been very fun to go back 25 years later when I have some actual experience and apply it to that character. You know, everyone's like, "Oh, you're the Evil Dead guy." And I'm like, God, it's like when you didn't know anything. I was 21. What did we know about anything? Now I can go back and be like George Lucas. I can fix him.
Well,
George, you can play that game, pal.
worked
No.
out better for you than it did for Jorge.
Do you guys
but-
realize that George Lucas could actually be watching this? Because you guys think he's a billionaire.
Yeah.
Right.
What does he do? That's the question. What does he do out there?
Watch
Well, you
YouTube.
bet right now, and he just left off his expensive couch and went, "That Campbell, I'll crush him!"
Get Lawrence Lucas on the dance floor now.
On the subway in a giant poncho, eating peanut brittle in a rainstorm with peanut brittle falling all over his
Yeah,
gigantic
what's
belly,
going on?
and they locked eyes on the subway. Brando gave him a look like, "Don't,
Don't out Brando.
don't,
He's still walking around.
don't say anything."
It's like Brando lives in an apartment still.
No, but this is when he was still alive.
Oh, God, I thought this was like last week. Somebody
No.
claiming they saw
damn.
Brando on a subway, and I'm like, well, that's interesting.
There are guys who claim to be Brando on subway. Brando was around.
So we have two of your co-stars here in studio with us today. What can you tell us about the talents of Dana and Ray and everything that they've been able to bring to Ash versus Evil
Their
Dead?
talents have improved.
Under your tutelage.
Well, you said it, not me.
Yeah, I did.
They're both fairly new to the business. They both have great credits, but they were both very inexperienced and foolish when they first joined the show. I lent them both money to buy. Ray bought a Gremlin, and I think Dana bought a Chevy Vega.
Okay.
I said I'm only spraying about $3,000 per car.
Generous. That's fair.
Do it.
Fair is the word.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Generous comes later.
You said Gremlin, and I just assumed you were talking about a Mogwai from the movie. I
That's
didn't
where I was
No,
going
I
with
didn't
it,
know
too.
and the car
No.
just hit me.
Yeah.
No, it's just one of the crappiest cars ever. It's the old AMC Gremlin. There was the Pacer, the Gremlin.
The Pinto.
So I bought that explode.
Yeah.
So you have to be very careful with those. You can't be giving those away. So yeah, I helped them out. I'm glad that they have decided to pay me back. Because it was a loan.
It was a loan from the very generous Bruce Campbell I got.
You don't learn if you're given things. I help them help themselves to help me back.
Teach a man to fish.
And the man's going to give me a big freaking tuna.
I think that is the goal.
That is the saying, if I do remember
So
correctly.
to those actors, I say, where's my badass tuna?
Ladies and gentlemen, we got some fat-ass tuna for you guys right here because we're about to get ready for the movie Trivia Schmoedown Celebrity Edition. And not only is Bruce Campbell, Mark Riley, guest celebrity commentating with me here today, but here to do the announcements for the movie Trivia Schmoedown is none other, I don't know how we got him, but he's available, Mr. Bruce Campbell.
Hey!
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, representing the evil dead, making their Schmoedown team debut. It's Dana, the Skelly Jedi Slice and DiLorenzo, and Hooky, the beauty Sybil. They represent the Jedi.
All right, here they come. Look at that.
Whitney and Dana.
Oh, Ashy Slashy's here.
Nancy Slashy's in town.
Oh my God.
And their opponents, representing Ash, Ray, El Brujo Especial, Santiago, and Big John Ness, the Boomstick.
All right, now we got our good guys coming on in. He's got the chainsaw, Schneps, bringing whatever the hell that is. On the Schmoedown.
Is that from the show, Bruce? Well, why did you have holding right
Well,
now?
whatever the hell that is.
Culture guys, we're not sure.
I'm so confused.
Culture guys and Ashford did that.
Betsy, I'm not sure why that's here.
I don't
Something
know.
you're able like goodwill from the last
There
match.
it is, Ashy Slashy.
You also need a win here. Come on.
Ashy Slashy.
You'll flip too.
I said it was Ashy Slashy.
That's
Easy.
Slashy. Dana,
No,
Ray,
no,
it's so
Ashley's
nice to
coming
have
in.
you guys joining us here for the celebrity match. How do you guys feel about your horror movie trivia skills? Are you excited going into
Terrible.
this? Are you a little nervous?
Huh?
Sorry.
Estoy listo. Oh,
Hey
he's
guys,
ready.
hey guys, I'm ready is what he said.
Understand it. It's good.
You know what? I am terrible at trivia. I get test anxiety. I do know horror, but you know what I'm really good at? Talking smack, mother. So that's what I'm looking most forward to is the smack talk.
And
today.
Talk is very
Especially
cheap.
you.
So let's move on.
Hey, John Stepp wants to move the action right to the matchup, and we are happy
I don't know why
to
you drew a line
oblige
at
competitors in round one.
I don't know why I do that.
I was getting the 40 points on
You
this.
are
Usually you go like
allowed
this.
to confer with your teammate after each question is asked. Once you think you know the
Oh,
answer,
get the
please
ball.
write down your best guess on the whiteboard provided to you. If you want to write it down, your teammate wants to write it down, your puppet wants to write it down. Whoever writes it down is fine. When we ask you to reveal the answer, please show it to the cameras. At the same time, you verbalize it into the microphone. Each question in round one is worth 1 point. There's no penalty for missing a
By the way,
question.
you're speaking to actors. So you might have to dumb this down a little bit.
Oh God.
I'm sorry, aren't you the star actor of Ash vs.
I'm the dumbest of all.
Well, if you're the dumbest of all, Bruce, we may have made a mistake here because we actually have you administering the questions for round one.
That's
so
right, Bruce.
He
You up
does
for
know
it?
how to read.
without further ado, I printed this out in extra big bold type just for you, sir.
Do as I say, not as I
Okay,
do.
and don't, by the way, make sure he doesn't cheat on the questions, because I have a feeling he might try and change something. Look at his little smile. Look
Duly
at his, I know.
noted. Duly
I've
noted.
worked
I'm
for 3
over.
years.
Dana, I'm over his shoulder. I'll
Thank
make sure
you.
it's on the
No,
level.
Okay.
Round one. 80s horror. What is the name of the main villain in the Hellraiser franchise?
Oh, the Hellraiser franchise.
Talk.
Oh, I drew the ball.
Take me.
Exactly.
Talk.
Okay,
That's
15
enough.
seconds.
They don't need that much.
No.
The reason is they either know it or they don't.
Exactly.
What's the answer? Who's got the right answer?
Flip it! Flip it!
All right, we're flipping. We're
Pin
going
right.
for it. Bruce has called it.
Pinhead!
The lead
I
center
put pin riser. I knew it was pin something. Because he's talked
You guys
about
have
it
Pinhead
before.
as well.
I literally did this. I said, fuck it, I'm not
Come on,
gonna do
we're
this.
off and running. Now we're going into question 2. Bruce, have at it.
Question 2. Horror/sci-fi is the category.
Sci-fi.
What is Sigourney Weaver's character's
Oh,
name
thank God.
in Alien Friends? Don't shout.
I got one ball.
Talk. Tick. Tock.
We got it!
All right, we're going to go to the boomsticks first. Who had the right answer? John Schnapp, you are a part of the boomsticks and you're holding the whiteboard.
Flip it!
That is correct.
Correct. We got Ripley
It
all
is
right.
Got a point.
And,
They had
okay.
both names.
Ellen Ripley, full name. All right.
Still only good for 1 point, but it is a tie at 2.
I definitely came up with it.
Cool. Question number 3. Category Bruce Campbell films. You don't get this right, I'll personally punch you in the face. Which famous person did Bruce portray in the film Bubba Ho-Town? Please write your answers down.
Dana's on it. She knows it. She's got the right one.
It was not
What does it look like?
Alright, what would the answers be?
And we'll go to the Deadites first.
Elvis, baby.
Knocked it out of the park.
This.
Team
Harrison
Boomstick.
Ford.
He copied.
They got it.
Still tied at 3-3.
Perfect game thus far.
Question number 4. Category 90s horror. Name one of the 4 leads from 1997's I Know What You Did Last Summer.
I can name the 2.
Jennifer Love Hewitt.
I can name.
Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Yeah, those are the answers, Bruce.
Okay.
Son of a bitch.
Well, there we go. And
You really nailed it.
now we could be playing on the honor system.
You know what? Here's how the game
left-handed.
works. Is that sometimes one of our announcers is just so courteous that they're going to extend a free point because he loves each one of these teams. However, here's what we're going to do. So I'm going to give you guys each a point for that, but I'm also going to
Okay, you're the
say
lead.
he only read off 2 names. Can either team name, and go ahead and write it down on your whiteboard, can either team name one of the male stars?
Yes.
One of the 2 male stars.
Yes.
And just to remind him, Bruce, I know you can.
And that's what we get for giving us snack, boss.
Okay, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, we'll go to the Deadites first.
Freddie Prinze.
That is correct.
You know, I was thinking that too. Freddie Prinze Jr.
If I had a nickel for every time I gave
James
away an
Vandermeer,
answer on the
Scott
show,
Bale.
Bruce, you are now in the great
think either
company
of
of
them are.
Mark Ellis. And now that is 5 points.
For some reason, I was
Only seen
thinking,
that
my head was
movie.
thinking,
Well, so it is
Freddie
5
Prinze
to
Jr.
5. As we go on to our next category.
Question
Friend of the show.
number 5. Category thrillers. Which Alfred Hitchcock thriller is about a beach community is suddenly besieged by killer animals? I won't read the answer.
Smart move there, keeping that answer
Watch it.
hidden.
I thought we handled
watched
that.
the Alfred Hitchcock movie last night.
This one?
We worked it into our
This is the
routine.
only
should do this more
Hitchcock
often.
movie I
We should
know. It
fail
sounds
more
kind of like it could be this.
We go to
Maybe I got it right!
Answer.
4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go to the boomsticks.
Yay!
Los pájaros!
Well, except for the one you made me watch. That was Hitchcock movie, wasn't it?
Aviones.
And we're back to
Good.
being
Vertigo.
tied again, 6-6, Deadites and Boomstick.
Don't forget the little
Keeping
famous
it
one.
close.
The tension is
Birds.
unbelievable,
Wait,
George.
when are we going to start playing the next one? Boss,
Probably
can
the
we do
most
the next one in the
famous
voice of every voice you've ever done?
Please,
Fans.
boss, read it in the voice I like. That special voice I like.
Or the fans that, or the
No, it's going
stars
on right now.
voice.
Can I just say something?
Please.
As actors, we have a lot of spare time on set. They think
It's a lot
that
of smart
things
out
that
ever.
they say are funny. I usually retort in some dispiriting way. It usually stops the conversation. But anything that I were to say now to repeat the frivolity of the set, you'd sit here and go, that wasn't very funny.
I just, okay,
It was the
then,
moment
I just
under
wanted that
duress.
voice. Wow.
Yeah.
I think
I
we
didn't know what
probably
voice
give
Wow.
you sympathy last regardless if you wanted to.
By the way,
Yeah.
guys, he did say frivolity, so he actually is not stupid.
Number 6.
Here comes the voice.
The Evil Dead franchise. Gary Bennett is his name. The Evil Dead franchise, what is Ash's last name? And the Evil Dead
Are you serious?
franchise.
That's the question, yeah. We're throwing it out there.
Riley, would you have gotten this?
Dash Ketchum.
Extra $5.
Did you really?
Yep.
That's $5 from your
Gotta catch
budget,
'em all.
That's correct.
not from our budget.
No, what if, do we know the full middle name?
Yes.
5, 4, 3,
I already wrote it down,
2.
but I remember.
For an extra $5, it does appear Dan has a beat on it. We'll go to the Deadites first. Your answer is
Ashley, J for Jackass Williams.
is that true for $5?
The J is correct. The jackass she can show.
That is good
buy that for
$5 from Bruce Campbell's own personal stash. And now we go to the boomsticks.
Oh.
Ashley Williams.
Now they
as
got
well.
it there.
All right, so here is the slate we have so far. We have 2 more questions in round 1. Each team currently has 7 points. If you guys get the next 2 questions right, there's a bonus question that we will ask because you got a perfect score. So without further ado, Mr. Williams.
Question number 7 in the category is action horror. Who plays Van Helsing in the 2004 action horror fantasy film Van Helsing?
I don't think I've ever seen that Van Helsing. It's a good movie.
Is it?
No.
No.
Not a good.
And it's not just because this actor is the greatest showman on earth.
Hey, I see what you did there.
Whoopsie!
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we have to put down the pens.
Put down the pens, snap.
Team Boomstick. Your answer? It's a squiggly line. They did not get a point for this.
Have a blank.
Oh.
Okay.
What would you like to know?
That is shocking. They didn't even get the hint that you just lobbed over the plate.
There's a guy.
What's the question again?
Yeah.
You think the actor who played Jonah?
Hey! No, they did all the
Deadites.
Jackson.
Okay.
Jack Hugeman.
Jack Hughes.
Hugh Jackman, it is written. Okay, we will take that. All right.
All right, so Hugh
I had
Jackman,
Vito
despite
Mortensen
the fact
first,
that Bruce
and
did
then when he
really
said the
like
greatest
using
showman,
that
I changed it to
fastball
Hugh
right
Jackman.
over the plate. Team Dennis, if you guys get this one correct, you will receive question.
Who plays Jonah Hex?
Category. Modern
Josh Brolin.
horror.
And that's not a horror movie.
Patrick Bateman in American Psycho.
Wow.
Who, I ask you?
Conferring, they are writing on the whiteboard.
I can't even
so
get this one wrong, but the answer isn't even there.
There it is. So no
I think they're
hanging
learning.
softballs.
Lucas Campbell
Oh
answer.
yeah, that's not right.
All right, 5, 4,
They're not answering.
2.
Where is
We're
she?
gonna go to the Deadites.
Christian Bale.
Give them a
That
point,
is correct.
and we go to the Boomstick.
I'm Bateman.
Okay, that sounds like a Batman playing American Psycho. That is a great round by the Boomsticks. Unfortunately, it was bested by the Deadites, who got a perfect round.
Perfect round for the bad guys, the Deadites.
And now we have your bonus question. This is just to you, so Boomsticks, you guys can take 5. Smoke if you got them. Your question, Team Deadites, is how many films have been released in the Final Destination franchise?
Final Destination. Bruce, have you seen the Final Destination movies?
Better not kick myself.
Well, I set out to see it, but it didn't wind up to be my final destination.
4. That's not simple. That's a real one.
That's
3, 2,
Always
1.
trust a man in a tie.
The man in the tie had 5, and they got
5
the
is
bonus
correct. They
point.
get the bonus.
Who the fuck cares?
I had 4 and then I
It
changed
is
it to
now
5.
10 to 8 at the end of round
That's it,
1.
that's
We
it.
move on
Because I was
to
like, oh, I know there was
round
at least 4.
And Bruce,
I
I
bet
think
there's
we're seeing
one
a
I don't
lot
know
of
about.
ability out of both of your co-stars in the show.
I'll say it again. Who the fuck?
Yeah, we're
I
seeing
had the first 3.
Who the fuck cares?
First 2 are
In
really good.
round 2, here's how it
Who
works.
the
Each team
fuck
gets 1 spin
cares?
at the wheel. If you don't like the category you spun, which I can't imagine it given this very special customized wheel for this match that features a whole lot of a certain famous actor, you don't like that you can spin again.
Okay.
Whatever
Final
category it
Destination
lands
is
on,
good.
each
First
team
one.
gets 6 questions.
And the second
Okay,
one.
so you'll get
And
6
the
questions from
second
your
gets
category,
I'll say it again.
and
Who
then
the
the
fuck
will get 6
cares?
questions from their category. The
Walk
questions
her up.
in this round are worth 2 points.
I
If
know
you're
I
not sure
think
the
my,
answer, you can
horror
ask for
ability.
multiple choice, at which point the value of the question goes down to 1. I want you all to keep this in mind.
Okay.
There is stealing available in
Okay.
round 2. So if we ask the Deadites a question and they don't know it, you guys can steal it. But you have to wait until they answer incorrectly. All right, so Deadites, you guys are in the lead. Would you prefer to spin right now, or would you like to let the Boomstick spin first?
All right, we're going to spin the wheel.
They're going to
Ah,
spin the
that
wheel.
Dana.
That is a good strategy I've
No
always
whammy,
employed.
no whammy, no whammy, no whammy.
There it
No
is.
whammy. No, there's always time for no whammy.
There is a
Like
Bruce
what, horror
Campbell
comedy,
wedge on the wheel.
It's actually,
Thriller!
action adventures on there.
I bet
80s
it's horror
horror
action.
movies is your category. Would you like to stick with it or spin again?
Not at all.
No.
We're going to stick with it.
All right.
That way, pressure.
Yeah, Thriller.
Julie Dana, stick
You're
with
half
it.
with
All
you,
right,
that.
and we're going to go right to 80s horror movies.
Okay,
which is my favorite.
Mark Riley will be administering the questions for 80s
He's
horror,
rare.
which Whitney probably alive in that decade more so than Dana, thus his confidence in the category.
All right,
Don't blow it.
Deadites, are you ready?
Yes, we're ready.
Ready, Deadites. Okay, your first question. Who played the father, Steve Freeling, in 1982's Poltergeist?
Maybe it's not directed by Steven Spielberg.
Bruce knows it.
Bruce is going to play along and actually
I
write
think
down.
Bruce is going to...
Before,
Oh, yeah.
after. Before, after.
Oh,
That's not right.
great part.
Five,
We don't?
four,
Okay, yeah, we got it.
three,
You got it?
two. You don't have to write this down.
Okay,
You guys
yeah.
can just answer.
I just was not, yeah. No, you say.
Craig T. Nelson.
That is correct for 2 points.
Who else had Craig T. Nelson? Mr. Bruce.
Man.
Bruce is
Mr.
playing
Incredible.
along, just like everybody at home.
Showing you how good I am here, that's all.
Whatever you say.
Don't
All
like
right,
to
Deadites.
show off my cohorts.
Ready for question 2?
Oh, okay, no, this is all us still.
That's all you. Yeah, we're going through number 2. In 1989's Pet Cemetery, Louis Cree discovers a cemetery that resurrects the dead. What
I've seen this
famous
movie!
pet does he
Woo!
play first to test the theory? You knew this, that was good.
Well,
We just need the.
Stephen
we
King.
just need the animal. We don't need the name
Okay.
Okay.
because
It
names
was,
are
it was
hard.
the cat.
That is correct for 2 points.
What was the cat's name, Dana?
Don't know, don't care.
Pussy McPusterson?
That's incorrect.
I know the
Okay.
cat's
It's a
name, do you?
dog.
What's the cat's name?
It was church.
Get the
Thank
dog
you.
in
I'm
there.
here all week.
Right. Good for-
The
all
answer,
right.
Dana, was church.
It's a crazy
Is
one.
that for real?
That's for real, yeah.
I thought you just told me I needed to go there. That's
Supposedly
If I were
remaking
you
it,
guys,
too.
if this was my game,
Because
I'd take it.
Everything Stephen King is gold right now.
you.
For general insubordination.
It's a fair point, but we'll move on to 3.
You
Question
get to make the
3.
rules.
Deadites, are you ready for your question
Yes,
number 3?
we're ready.
In 1988's Child's Play, Charles Ray Lee gets turned into a murderous doll that goes by what name?
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Is this a trick question?
this is not a trick question.
You are so mad! Chucky. Chucky.
That is correct for 2 points.
It's like both
Deadites,
teams knew the answer to
Which,
that.
by the
Chucky,
way,
right?
Chucky
The table.
actually slashy spinoff? Just saying.
I would love to see that. Please make that happen, Dana. All right, we're moving on to question 4. Who directed Jeff Goldblum in 1986's The Fly?
It's pretty weird, I bet.
Okay, yeah, you know. Yeah, no, because I'm contributing.
I'm just scannering my answers here.
And you're playing it. Yeah,
I see what you did there.
So-
Your answer?
This is
David Cronenberg.
that's correct.
David
Another
Cronenberg.
2 points.
Where were you in college?
Oh,
when
yes,
I
Running
that's
the
it.
table.
All right, and I would like to point out at this point of the match, there's 2 questions left for you guys in round 2. So far, you are throwing a perfect game. Overall, we've never had a perfect game
Don't jinx it!
on any movie trivia show. I'm an announcer. You guys just shouldn't talk about it with each other. 2 questions left, Riley. What's the next one?
All right, your next question. In 1987's The Lost Boys, Michael becomes a vampire by doing what?
Partying too hard.
I was going to say drugs. I was going to go drugs.
Drugs, kids.
You're
don't
both in the
do
ballpark.
drugs. Meth, not even once.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Your answer.
How else do you
Team
become a
Deadites.
vampire?
An album cover. Well, ain't no bum cover.
Album cover. Interesting, but incorrect.
Okay, so now you can steal this. This is a big steal.
Multiple choice.
You can't do a
Can't.
multiple choice if they didn't. So you
Steph,
have
you work for Collider.
Can you repeat the question?
We certainly can.
In 1987's The Lost Boys, Michael becomes a vampire by doing what?
One of their JTE rules.
It is one of their JT rules that they took.
How do they not know the Lost Boys? Isn't that like a
Yeah, doing a show for
very
stars.
famous movie that all these old people should know?
3, 2, 1. Final answer, boomsticks.
Surfing.
Incorrect as well. I'm sorry, we were looking for
Was it Barty?
drinking blood, as vampires are
Yeah.
wont to do.
Yeah.
What was that?
And that
I thought this was
What?
Clamato.
How you get turned into a vampire? You get bit.
Oh, I thought you said bet.
No,
I was like, what?
We did it on the table there. Sorry, Mr. Ellis. Probably jinxed you,
Drinking blood.
Dana, as you said.
yeah, maybe there was.
Good shot, some blood.
There was some of that, Jinx.
That's
All right,
what
we are going
I
to
vaguely
the last
remember that.
question in
I haven't seen that
1980s
movie.
horror movies, and it is in The Shining. What makes Jack a dull boy?
Yeah. Wait, can I keep it? Where's my typewriter? We ready?
We're ready for you.
Although I want to say, but then you have to do your Jack Nicholson impression. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy.
That is correct.
Wow.
For 2
Or you can
points.
say,
But no fun.
work.
That was close.
Makes Jack a fucking dull boy.
That's 3 points right there. And with that, Bruce Campbell has the most points of anybody in this round.
Because-
Who else playing along with us
Because
right
Christ Almighty, Stan, how many fucking takes do you want to do on me chopping through the fucking back?
You got Ellis.
Maybe the best Nicholson. I've seen them all, kid. Nicholson impression.
You work with a guy who that's all he ever
And I
does.
don't know how the Boomsticks are going to follow that, but you guys need to get some points. Now, mathematically, you can end up tying them by the end of this round if you pitch a perfect round 2. In order to do that, we would need Ray to spin that wheel and get a category you want.
Spin that
We would most
wheel.
importantly need them to know more.
Wheel. Schmoedown.
Checks out, Bruce.
It does not appear they're
Woo!
All right, we landed on
That's the
Thriller.
only one I.
Oh.
Really?
That's
You
the
want to
only
spin
one.
again, or do you like staying on Thriller?
Boring. Boring category.
They're spinning again, everybody.
Fuck you!
Spinning again away from
Literally the
Thriller.
only thing out of that wheel. It's
Big spin.
because this is it, right?
And again,
Oh, yeah.
this is it.
This is it. Whatever you land on, you're stuck with.
Big Jack.
And you know they want that Bruce Campbell category more than anything. It could.
They land. Oh, this is a strength for John Schnepp. John Carpenter films. That's a good spin.
And this is a
They really
huge
wanted that.
turn of events because John Schnepp does not celebrate about a lot of things. But when he spins John Carpenter, whether it's the real guy or just a wedge in his honor, he gets excited.
A warning.
Hmm?
I was in Escape from LA, Mother Scratcher.
Oh, I know, you were the
That's you.
surgeon.
So don't try and pull something fancy on me.
Not trying anything.
With
Were you
your-
escape from LA?
Yeah, it was.
Yes, he was!
Good night, everybody.
Yes, he was!
Oh, hey,
Alice!
hey, have the Evil Dead guys on our show. We know all about their stuff.
I saw Escape from LA like 80 times because I worked at a movie theater that summer.
He was the plastic surgeon under heavy makeup.
Oh shit, that's awesome.
Just done by the great Rick Baker, that's all.
Just Rick Baker.
Yeah, just Rick Baker.
Rick Baker, a legend of werewolves and Star Wars fame. Okay, we're going to go to John Carpenter is the spin, and your first question of 6 is, what actor was nominated for an Oscar in the movie Starman?
What?
And you don't have to write this one down. There's
Question
no
is not
spelling
what you
involved,
just said.
Schnepper, right? You can write it down if you want to. But
They are writing it down.
you can literally just confirm.
Working on movies are so cool.
We're gonna go with Jeff Bridges.
2 points.
Ah, damn it! I did it again!
Oh.
God damn it!
He did write down Jeff.
Okay, your next question. A Plymouth Fury is a killer car in what movie?
It would be called Christine.
Oh,
2 more
not
points.
Barely 2 seconds
I
past.
like how the questions are not messing with what he's saying.
Okay, they
Extra
are on the
consistent.
comeback trail. Your next question is, what words can often be seen when Nada puts on the glasses in They Live?
Yeah.
You
Obey.
have to write on the way.
Doesn't have to, but
First
obey.
answer questions that way. We're gonna.
I like mine.
Fine.
Yeah.
Sports there, might as well use it.
They're pitching a perfect game halfway through, or at least a perfect round.
like this game.
3 more questions, and you could be tied with the Deadites. Your next question is, which Baldwin brother of the famous Baldwin family portrays Tony Montoya in John Carpenter's Vampire?
Easy. Gummo.
Oop, oh.
Gummo. Gummo
Donald
Baldwin.
Baldwin?
Yeah, he doesn't work much.
He's
No?
He's
I
the
went
black
with the
sheep
one
of the
that's
family.
we
might
don't think
do
of this
anything,
Gummo
but
after
I'm
all those
so
normal names they had for the
No,
others.
so what I
5, 4,
We're gonna go multiple choice.
2,
Multiple choice.
Wow.
Yo, shut up!
It's getting competitive over there.
I like
I want
this.
to
Your
stick with it because I got 2
multiple
points out of it.
options are-
Probably wrong though.
I wanted to steal it.
Here's your multiple choice
We're
option.
doing multiple choice tonight.
Is it
Yeah.
A, Alec Baldwin?
No.
Is it B, Daniel Baldwin? Is it C, Billy Baldwin? Or is it D,
Chili Willy
Stephen Baldwin?
Can we repeat them, please?
A,
Chili Willy
Alec,
Baldwin.
B, Daniel,
Billy Baldwin.
C, Billy, or D. Steven? Okay, we need an
We're gonna
answer.
go with Billy Baldwin.
They are incorrect for the steal.
It is Daniel Baldwin.
That is correct.
And
Big steal.
I went with Steven.
That
He was on Parenthood
steal
of
no longer
Black.
can they catch him and tie
And they always made fun of him. They were like, "Oh, you're the Baldwin that's never read anything." So I thought, well, maybe he was good back in the day.
There are only
The only Baldwin I knew was Allen.
Yeah.
You got to think about
I would figure
strategy.
it
John
went
Schnepp,
down.
not a reader
Right,
of People
figure it was.
magazine. Your next question, Mr.
I figured that's
Schnepp.
The most famous Baldwin.
No more Baldwin questions.
Does not involve a Baldwin. It does involve a member of the Brimley family. Wilford Brimley plays the role of Blair in what John Carpenter fan favorite?
That would be called The Thing.
2 points.
That's correct. 2 points.
Back on the
That's
winning
not even
side,
right.
and they
Well,
could
that's
really
a,
use one more correct
no,
answer.
yeah, John
Luckily, we
Carpenter
have
did
one more
something.
question for them
He
to
did do back in
achieve
the day.
just that goal. Your last question in round 2 to get within 3 points of the Titans known as the Deadites. Name the actor who portrayed Brain in Escape from New York.
That would be Harry Dean Stanton.
2 points.
Wow.
For rest of that time.
Ouch, look at that.
Damn. And fun fact,
Like Jeff
New York
Bridges.
is actually the prequel to Bruce
Did it
Escape
I got
from
me
LA.
too.
That is
that's
the end
good,
of round 2, and we had a barn burner on our hands thanks to a great performance by both the Deadites and the Boomstick. It is 21 to 18.
Unbelievable.
Bruce, this is going into the last round now. Who do you see coming
I
out
don't
on
care about
top?
Lisa. That's fine.
I'll take a win.
Well, at this point,
Any way I can
I
get
think
it
what's
at this point.
important is that they
I don't want to
understand
get down,
the,
super down like last time.
the necessity of the color commentator.
I have to wait till you're super
The
tired
role
to
of
strike.
the
You
color
know?
commentator is really much more important than the contestant. Because you'll be gone next week, I'll still be here.
Oh, we know.
Yeah. So it doesn't really matter either of them. If I showed favoritism, I would hear it on the set, and they're already very difficult to work with.
Very fair answer there, Ryan.
And honest and to the point, I like it.
Bruce Campbell doing 2 things, dodging my question, also solidifying a permanent spot here
That's
on
pretty
the
damn
announcer
good,
desk.
pretty damn
So,
good, isn't it?
well done right there. And what we
So
need
if we get canceled,
is
You're back here.
you come on back
We got a
anytime.
spot for you right
Rather
here.
just so we could read more answers as the host asking questions.
Okay.
That's a good one.
I'd come back for that.
Deadites, because you all are in the lead, you get to select your numbers first. Here's how round 3 works. It's very simple. Each team is going to give us a series of numbers that range from 1 to 20. It could be 1, 2, 3. It could be 4, 5,
no, I'm
10.
sorry.
It could be 11, 13, 15. Whatever
Look at the
your 3 lucky
cheats.
numbers range from 1 to 20 are. Those numbers all correspond to a category up here at our answer.
Go ahead, she'd be like,
You're going to be
list
answering
of horror
questions from
movies.
3 different categories. Okay? So, Deadites, you can select your numbers first.
How many numbers do we pick?
3 that range from 1 to 20.
We're gonna choose 1, 2, and 3.
oh my God, that's so original.
That's just right
It's
off
so
the bat
original.
there.
Those are my lucky numbers. I hit them
Awesome.
on roulette all the time.
How did you come up with that?
I'm not telling you my strategy for my lucky numbers.
Let's see if the Boomsticks
Get you
can
wrong.
come up with a higher count. What are the 3 numbers you
18, 19, and 20.
11, 17, and 20.
Okay,
Yeah, all right. Change it up a bit.
Like the originality there. We are going to go to the Boomsticks first for your first question.
Come on,
Your
second
first question in round 3
What
is
order
worth
do
2
I know?
points. Your next question is worth 3 points, and the last question is worth 5 points. As soon as
Way
one
too much
team
math.
is mathematically eliminated, the game is over, and we will declare a winner. Deadites are not up yet. Boomsticks, your first category for 2 points. You selected number 11. That is in the category of Mr. Steven Spielberg movies.
So, I can do that.
Just verbal, you guys can, but you guys don't need to weigh in on this. This is just for the Boomsticks. And your question is, what is the name of Laura Dern's character in Jurassic Park? We just need the first name. We just need the first name
Let's try
to
some
accept the
horror
last name
movie.
as well.
Okay. I guess because of the.
2 points.
Pretty scary.
You have is right 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we need an answer.
We wrote down doctor.
She is a doctor.
That would be her first name, technically, Doctor.
It's one of my favorite
It's more of
movies of
a
all time.
prefix
I'm
than
sorry,
a
what her
name.
credits, you look it up, it's Doctor whatever.
But we were looking for Dr. Ellie.
Woo! Ellie!
Ellie Sattler.
The answer.
Thank you, Lord Dud! Your purple hair in The Last Jedi.
Sometimes I kind of
Now I'm all stressed
can you
apart.
split their rewards?
That's it.
One got
Stop
doctor,
there.
one got
Don't watch anymore.
Yes, they did. They did indeed get it wrong.
I agree with Bruce Campbell on this.
No points awarded, unfortunately, Schnepp
Thank
and
God
Ray.
for freaking normal questions.
We're winning fair and square, okay? This is not a cheat.
Ladies and gentlemen,
My share
if you're
is
joining us
You're
late,
winning
not only have
because
a
your
great
partner's
matchup
feeding
going
you
on right
answers.
now, Bruce Campbell's color commentary career is in jeopardy. Stay tuned. Your next question.
If I come back,
the
I want the
boomsticks.
ability to change the fucking rules.
Okay. You're not the first person to make that statement. You selected number 17 for your 3-point question. That category corresponds to 1970s movie.
Oh yes, my favorite decade.
I like 70s.
3 points.
But what the
Your
fuck?
question is, Ned Beatty, Ronnie Cox, Burt Reynolds, and John Boyd all take a ill-fated canoe trip in what movie?
I think
Swing on your thing, baby.
We are tied at
That's
21.
God, I've seen that movie.
Schnepp,
That is a horrible movie.
we are tied at 21 points, and now the
I
action
could've
moves
said
over
it
to the
for a
Dennis
minute,
because
not
we will be
remembered
asking
the name
your
of that movie.
2-point question. For that, we go to
I
the
was thinking like
semi-golden
wrong
throat of
something, I
Mark
don't know what.
Here we
Hey,
go.
I've
that
seen
was-
that movie. Squeal like a
Number
pig,
1,
boy!
2, and 3.
Okay.
Category
They get
number
butt
1
raped
is
in the
in the
woods by a
category
bunch of
of Tom
hillbillies.
Cruise films.
Tom Cruise. Hell yeah.
For 2 points, who plays the villainous arms dealer Owen Davian in Mission Impossible
what's his name that
4?
died?
Seymour Hoffman.
Was it Philip Seymour Hoffman?
That is
Got it.
correct,
Me
Bruce.
too.
He said it. Damn it.
to the Deadeye.
That was to the
I'm
Deadeye.
sorry.
but,
Yeah, sorry, I was trying
you
to.
yeah, knowledge is pretty damn good. I
How many
will say
points is that worth?
But I
It's good.
notice I did make the triangulation. Tom Cruise, Philip Seymour Hoffman. They were in a movie.
Why does he keep giving the
They could have
answers
been
away?
in
I
two
think he
movies.
just.
Do you want to switch and I'll do your job and come be the competitor? That'd be fun. Let's do that. I think you really want to play the game.
You get on the winning team.
Get on the winning team, dude.
Unfortunately, we do need to stick with the rules. It's not
Okay,
fair
then
to
we
the
need to do the
fans
answer
out there.
now.
So I
here's-
say we answer
here's
ask another
what,
one.
here's what we'll do. As the closest thing,
Stop trying to change the rules, Dana.
as the closest thing to the commissioner on the desk, I'm going to give you another Tom Cruise question of equal challenge. And your question is, name a movie that features both Tom Cruise and Cameron
Oh,
Diaz.
that's easy.
Oh, that's what I'm
Oh, here's a big clue.
I know.
He rides a motorcycle in it.
I said Vanilla Sky.
Yes,
Hey, that's
good point.
correct.
Night
2
and day.
points.
Yes.
Here's the trivia question you really want.
I don't have the lead. But you couldn't think of it. You got it. You were Philip Seymour Hoffman.
No,
I had
not true.
Philip written out.
In the
before,
bloopers, he does.
Sure.
And the cocktail movie. What is it?
Cocktail.
Thank you.
And
Cocktail movie is known as Cocktail.
Yeah,
We are
that
now
looks
going to go back to the
terrible.
boomsticks. And I want to set the
That was
table
on the
right
Tom
now.
Cruise
If you're
decline.
just joining us, on the movie Trivia Schmoedown Celebrity, we have come down to the final
I really hope
question
Tarantino-
for the
I hope
boomsticks.
he
If
really
they
gets
get
in that
this right,
Tarantino
we
movie.
keep playing. If
It's
they
something
miss
really
it,
different from
then
Tom
Team
Cruise, isn't it?
Deadites, Dana and Whitney have won to ask. The last question to the boomsticks is none other
Root for the
than
win.
Mr. Answer himself, Bruce Campbell.
And the answer before you get the question.
The Partridge Family. No.
This is in the
Sorry,
category
that's your playlist.
musical.
Yeah.
Musicals?
Play after.
Musicals, just that.
Musical
close.
horror movies.
And I'll cover up the answer.
Ladies and gentlemen, the category is musicals. Who played Fantine in 2012's Les Mis? Who?
Remember, this is the
Played
question
Fantine?
for the boomsticks. This is
Which version
this
was
is this is not your question.
Anne
Not your
Hathaway.
Woo!
question. John Schnepp got it.
John Schnepp got it.
Because you don't ever scream in my ear. Like every time.
Now we go back to
Yeah.
the- You need to get at least your 5-pointer, but before we get to
Oh, that was
that,
over.
we will get to your 3-point question.
That's probably we won 5 rounds ago, but okay.
You
But-
selected number 2. Mark Riley will be asking
That'll be
that
at the
question
same
for 3
score.
points and a tie.
Don't. I'm down by 1.
All right, guys, you ready? Number 2, in the category of classics. What legendary director of such classics as The Maltese Falcon and Key Largo also directed the 1982 adaptation of Annie?
I just saw this movie.
God,
Yeah,
damn,
okay,
just
that's
seen
right,
Maltese
yeah.
Falcon.
I got it.
John
If we don't-
Easton.
That's correct for 3 points.
Bruce Campbell agrees that it is right.
This is not over yet.
That's
How many questions do we get?
That was just a
All
3-pointer.
comes down to this.
Wow.
So once again, you guys get the question right, then you guys win. If you get the question wrong, we move on to overtime. God, I hope they get it right,
I hope
Bruce.
they do.
Bruce, here's your question. That's the one. You do not get another question. For 5.
The category is westerns.
Oh, God.
What was the third and final film to be released in Sergio Leone's legendary The Man with No Name spaghetti western trilogy? What was the
Watched it
third
today.
and final film in that trilogy? Sergio Leone. Long, lingering close-ups of Henry Fonda's blue eyes. What?
The good, the bad, and the ugly.
It's
I thought
the
you said
good,
you
the
watched a
bad, and
fistful
the
of something.
I did.
Not a bunch of bullshit.
Well, it's part of the same series. I
just watched it today. Not.
That's the only thing you could have guessed that, probably.
What do they win?
Were you guessing good, bad, and ugly?
No, because you said you watched it today. You didn't watch Good, Bad, and Ugly today.
Right, it'd be like,
I just watched this today. Was the words out of your mouth?
I had all the answers.
He knew the answers.
woo!
Make sure that you guys get Ash vs. Evil Dead Season 3 on Stars, February 25th. One more huge round of applause from the throngs of dozens of people in our studio. Mr. Bruce Campbell, Dana DiLorenzo, and Ray Santiago. We'll see you back here, hopefully again, with Bruce Campbell.
Coming up at 11 for a wolf car crash.
How's it going, guys? If you didn't know about the Patreon, you guys have a chance to support the Schmoedown. Now,
We don't want to. I hate this one down.
Well, that was, something.
Very interesting. I like that what's his name, Bruce Campbell gave away 3 to 4 answers.
I know, that was funny. I can't believe I won that.
Well, until next time, till Big Easy, Darth Easy, Easy cheats in the next match.
Peace out.